I welcome you all for the talk on career opportunities for pharma professionals in healthcare sectors. Myself, Dr. Karthikeyan, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmacology, Ashok Ramane College of Pharmacy, Pethodagaon, Maharashtra. As we know that the healthcare sector, it is consisting of the business that provides that of your medical device, manufacturing equipments or the drugs that provides the medical insurance, otherwise or the facilitate the provision of the healthcare for the patients. As we know that of your Indian scenario, the healthcare industry in India projected to have about 372 of the by 2022. The healthcare industry in India, it was comprising of hospitals, medical devices, clinical trials outsourcing, telemedicine, medical tourism, health insurance as well as medical equipments. The industry is growing tremendously of owning of that strengthening and covering the serious and increasing the expenditure by the public as well as the private players. The hospital industry in India accounting about 80% of the total healthcare market. It witnessing a huge investors demand for the both global as well as that of your domestic investors. The hospital industry is expected to reach about $132 billion by 2023 from about $61.8 billion in 2017. It is a growth having a CAGR growth about 16 to 17%. The Indian medical tourism market is expected to grow from the current size about $3 billion to $7 to $8 billion by 2020. The diagnostic industry in India currently valued about $4 billion. The share for the organized sectors is almost 25% in that of a segment, about 15% of the lab and 10% of the radiology. The primary care industry is currently valued about 13 billion. As we know that India is being a hub for that of your all the healthcare sectors, even though it is having that of your many huge number of professionals and that of your healthcare professionals are there. So India being the hub for that of your carrying sectors for the surge that of a threefold growth about CAGR about 22% during that of your 2016 to 2022. The Ministry of Chemical and Fertilizers, the Indian healthcare sectors to reach about $372 billion in 2022 from that about $110 billion in 2016. The Indian healthcare sector is expected to record the threefold rise in the CAGR 22% 2016 to 2022. If you see that record about 2016 to 2022, there was a tremendous growth up to 22% growth as happening in that of your healthcare sectors. To the reach about $372 billion in 2022, it has from that of your $110 billion in 2016. So the Indians ranking 145 among the 195 countries in the terms of quality, accessibility of the healthcare. There is an immense scope of enhancing that of your healthcare service, penetration in India, the presenting the ample opportunities for the developing of the healthcare industry. So there is a lot many opportunities are there. So the Indian healthcare industry is one of the most knowledgeable and the professional industry in that of your world. India is one of the largest exporters in that of your pharmaceuticals. The Indian healthcare delivery is hospitals are the one of the most efficient and cost effective that healthcare delivery system due to that of your expert doctors as well as a specialist as well as a well equipped diagnostic as well as a nursing cares. As so there is enough number of demand on that of your import of the medical devices, but Indian medical device manufacturing is now taking a lead and now producing that of a high quality device. During that of your lockdown period, India has taken a lot many effort to bring out that of your medical devices. India being one of the country which is having a large number of US FDA approved pharma plants, about 262, including that of your active pharmaceutical ingredient outset in USA. So India is having a large number compared to that of your other countries. India is having that of a large number of 262 that is plant approved by the US FDA compared to the other countries. So we have the nearly 1460, that is 1460 WHO GMP approved pharma plants and 253 European Directorate of Quality Medicines approved plants, which is the modern state for that of your art technology. No other countries have the boast of that of your infrastructure. Indian pharmaceutical industry supplies about 50% of the global for the various vaccines and also 40% of the generic demands upon the US as well as 25% of the of your medicines in the UK. India among that of your accounts for about 20% of the global exports in the generics as well as India's pharmaceutical exports stood about 17.27 billions in 2017 and 18, and expected to have a growth about 20 billion in the 2020, and it is as 18 and 19 exporters expected to have about 19 billions. Indian pharmaceutical sector expected to grow a CGPR rate about 15%. The nearest future, the Indian medical device market expected to have a grow about 50 billion by 2025. India is the second largest contributor for that of your global biotech as well as a pharmaceutical workspace. The pharmaceutical sector is valued about $33 billion in 2014. It is expected to have about $372 billion in 2022. The India pharmaceutical company received the record about 300 generic products approved by the USA during 2017. Whereas the generic market is expected to have a growth of 88% in 2021. By 2024-25, India's biotech industry is expected to increase about 100 billion. So as per the industry estimate, Indian medical device market is growing to about $50 billion by 2025. Currently India is counted to have about 20 global medical devices. Amount that of your device, India is a fourth place in the medical device market, apart from that of in the Asia, after the Japan, China, South Korea. So next we are coming to that of your market value, that is a market breakup that of your revenue generation in the healthcare sectors. What are the highest contribution? You can see that about 71% of that of your hospitals, and that about 13% of the pharmaceutical companies, and about 9% of the medical equipment and devices, as well as that of your 4% of the medical insurance and 3% of the diagnostics. If you see that of already growth of that of your healthcare sectors in that of your India, in 2008 if you see that $45 billion are there, 2009 it is $52 billion, in 2011 if you see $68 billion, and in 2017 it is $160 billion. So it is expected to have a growth about $280 billion in that of your 2020. So the share in that of your overall healthcare industry, if you see that hospital is sharing the most of the 77% in that of your healthcare sectors, remaining 14% by the pharmaceutical companies, as well as that of your medical device manufacturing companies about 6%, and 3% of the diagnostic industries. Now, the healthcare sectors in the growth, if you see in that of in India, it is having the growth already we are discussed, even though just if you see the graphically, 2008 we see 45%, 2011 it is about 68.4%, and 2014 if you see 81.3%, and 2015 100%, and it is about $100. And about 2007 if you see that about $160 as well as billion, and 2020 about $280 billion it is a growth. So if you see that of a growth of that, it is having from the growth of $45 billion to $280 billion was the growth from that of you. If you see a CAGR rate, that is a growth rate is percentage, if you see 16.6% of the growth rate was there. Now we see about the top companies. Now we that the healthcare sectors, there is the highest contribution apart from the hospital. If you see that the pharmaceutical company is the next contributor for that in the healthcare sector for the revenue generation and job opportunities. So if you see that of your top companies all over the world in 2019, if you see these are the top companies, it is Pfizer, Roche, Johnson & Johnson, Sanofi, Merck, Novartis, Abivel, as well as Imagine, as well as GSK, and also that of your Mayes. So these are the top companies. If you see that there is over. These are the top companies, we can see that. Next, what are the top companies in the top your pharmaceutical industry in India? If you see compare, these are the top 15 companies in India which is having the top your first is about into as per the records of 2018-19, it is Sun was about having 273 billion turnover, as well as compared to that of your the least turnover about that of your Abbott company, it is $34 billion. These are that of your companies. Top one is a Sun, it is Aurobindo, Lupin, Cipla, Dr. Reddy's, Cydus, Intas, Glenmark, Torrent, Mankind, Biocon, Piramal, and this all that of your Dias as well as an Abbott. These are the companies which is having in India about top 15 companies, pharmaceutical companies in India. If you see that of a growth rate in that of your Indian pharmaceutical company, it is having the growth rate, CAGR growth rate was about 17%. From if you are coming from the data, comparing the data from 2009 to 2020, if you are projecting that forecasting means it is having growth rate about 17%. As we already said that there is a US FDA approved pharmaceutical plants are higher in India as compared to that of other countries. There is a number of US FDA approved manufacturing plants all over the world. If you see the comparing the other countries, India is having a enormous number. It is having more than 250 US FDA plants are in India. So it is greater than 100 in India. Compared to that of Italy, it is having only 56. In China, it is having only 28. And also Spain, it is Spain is having 24, and Taiwan is having only 10, and also Israel is having that of 8, as well as Hungary is having only 5%. So India is having large number of huge number, around 10,500 manufacturing plants are located in India. So coming to that of your pharma industry, if you see that the revenue generation, this already, if you see that of your revenue generation is already given in 2005 to 2020, already projected in the previous slides. We go to that of your revenue generation share for that of your Indian pharmaceutical sub-segment, if you see. So what are the products which is in the coming the manufacturing product which is having the revenue generation more? If you see that of your revenue generation in that of your highest contribution, 72% by that of your generic drug, and remaining 19% by that of your OTC product, as well as 9% by that of your parented drugs. So these about 72% of the market share, it is generated from that of your generic product only, remaining by that of your OTC product and remaining the other product. In coming to that of your Indian pharmaceutical market segment by the value, if you see that, it is having that of your highest segment about 17.8% by the anti-infective, and remaining that about 12.3% by the cardiac, and also that of your gastrointestinal about 11.4%, and other product if you see that about 8.9%, and also that of your other product, if you see that of for 34.6% by the other product. So that is the growing of that of your Indian pharmaceutical industry. If you see that of your growth rate from 2005 to 2020, it was a tremendous growth was there in $1 billion. It is $6 billion, 12 in 30, and as well as 55. So the business segment, if you see in case of that of your pharmaceutical industry, particularly if you see that there is a manufacturer, highest contribution from that of your manufacturers, and about remaining next is IT related field in that of your medical field, it is 8%, and biopharmaceutical 9%, and CRO and CMO is about 8%, and packaging it is 5%, and others it is about 12%. So in coming to that of your industry, so what kind of product is, what is the contribution from the particularly that focusing over the pharmaceutical industry? If you see that the pharmaceutical and biopharmaceutical is contributing about 34.9%, and that of a contract research organizing about 26%, and clinical study and investigational study is contributing about 20%, and about remaining drug development clinical trials and everybody is contributing about 5%, remaining all about 1 to 3% in the range. That is about trials management organization, independent CROs, as well as clinical laboratories as a government and other sectors is contributing about 1 to 3%. So if you see that, these are the various. So India being the top, it is having a very highest contribution, the export in the top for the US and other countries in that 50% of the requirement of market for the top US is exported from India and also the UK. So we have enormous around 10,500 pharmaceutical manufacturing companies are located in India. And coming to that of you, what is the job recruiters or the hirers? What are they expecting from that of you? So that is our topic of this today's is that of a career opportunities. So that those are recruiting you, what are the things are they expected from that? So if you see that of you there, the quality of the hirers, that is a talent or predictors we say. So basically that is a basic skills, experience is a basic qualification, education they record, and if they have the previous experience, they have to go for that of your track record and the comparable and results we have, and talent, you should have your talent thinking and also problem solving things you have, and achievements. If you have already worked in some of the companies, you will be having that of your what is the achievements or the what is the pattern, what is the contribution for the growth of the organization, as well as team organizing and managing. So these all the skills are expected from that of those who are recruiting for that of your pharmaceutical companies. So the best candidate or for that of your often for the not that of your best hirers. If you see that of your best, the great candidates, if you see that of your, and there is a great hirers. So if you see that of your great hirers, what is the basic wants that of your skill, experience, academic, competency and behaviors during that of your interview screening, that of your compensation, title, location and interest towards it, and that is your coming to the first impression. If you see that appearance, affability, confidence, articulate and attitude and energy, if you see in case of these are the expected from that of your best that is a great candidate. The great hirers, if you see that there is a plan, organizing, control, budget over that, collaborating that of your coach as well as a mentor and select a lead and fit with that of your organization. And that of your great hirers that achieve the results, exceed the expectation, takes that of your responsibilities, as well as that of your make the happens in that of your no excuses and problem solving. So they are expecting that of your hire for that of your all the skill for getting a job in that of your. As we know that of your IT field, we all expecting what are the job it is having, the IT is highly paid, we know that. So now it is industry, there's tremendous changes happening towards that of your pharmaceutical industry. Nowadays that highly paid, a large number of job opportunities are available for that. So the makeover that of your IT, pharma emerging and the top job generation that is generated in India is there. So if you have interest, skill, experience and earning, that it can be made by that in the pharmaceutical industry. Now, So these about that of briefly I just explained about what is the status, what is the scenario, what is happening in that of healthcare sectors in India. As we know that there is a broadly argument that of what are the healthcare sectors, what are the pharmaceutical industry, which are the pharmaceutical industry, which area the pharmaceutical industry is producing, and what is the revenue generation, everything has been expected. Here we can see that of healthcare carriers. So in the healthcare carriers, if you see, these are generally, if you see about the healthcare carriers, these are the general job opportunities or the healthcare job. You see that of your audiologist, optometry, podiologist, speech pathologist, acupuncturist, dental assistant, paramedic, physician assistant, medical research scientist, psychiatrist, psychologist, and clinical nurse assistant, dietitian, community pharmacist, hospital pharmacist, pharmacy technician, occupational therapist, physiotherapist, occupational healthcare safety and advisors, and anesthetician technologist, medical imaging technologist, medical lab technology, and pathologist. So if these are the job opportunities, if we see that of what are the top jobs in healthcare sectors, if we see in case of that, so these are the top ranking that is a healthcare sectors as per that of your records. So there is in case of, so there is a top 1, it is a ranking 1 is an audiologist, ranking 2 it is a dentist, and ranking 3 that is a dietitian, ranking 4 there is a medical laboratory technician, ranking 5 it is about medical technologist, and ranking 6 that is optometry, and ranking 7 is a pharmacist, ranking 8 is a physician, physical therapist, and also ranking 5 physiologist, as well as ranking 10 is a podiatrist. So if you see that of these are the ranking of the job, what is the, see the average salary of that of your annual salary. If you take off salary, we will see that. So there is annual salary for the pharmacy. If you see that we have we are focusing on the pharmacy, it is that of your pharma professionals. The pharmacist is highly paid about $1,16,670 per. This is a salary for that of your annual. So these are comparably, it is somewhat good compared to that of your other field. In that of your medical also, they are not getting that much of that salary. That is audiologist about 720. So if you see that of your growth rate is ranging from that of your ranging from about 20, that is 14% to 34% of the growth were projected for that of in the healthcare sectors. Now coming for that of what are the career opportunities for the that is the pharma professionals in that of a healthcare sectors. So there is a various courses are there in case of a diploma in pharmacy, B pharmacy, M pharmacy, and the PharmD courses are there. So depending upon the qualification, so there is a lot many job opportunities from the depending upon the qualification, the experience. So if you start from that of your community pharmacy, there is a job opportunities are there. Community pharmacy as a hospital pharmacy, research and development areas are there, and pharmaceutical manufacturing technologies and drug regulatory affairs are there, and quality assurance and control, formulation development areas we have, production and manufacturing, and also that of your academics also we have that of your job opportunities are there, and marketing, the pharma marketing we have a lot many job opportunities are there. In case of the government sector, if you see that of government sectors, we have a lot many job opportunities in case of a drug controller, drug inspector, as well as a scientist in the CSIR lab, assistant commissioner, as well as a government pharmacist are there, and regulatory bodies. If you see there are lot many opportunities in the regulatory bodies in ACTA as well as PCA, and also the chemist and chemist shops also there, entrepreneurs. So these are the various job opportunities based upon the qualification of the D Pharm, B Pharm, M Pharm, and PharmD qualification. We have lot many job opportunities are there for that of your pharma sectors. So coming to that of you highly focusing on that, if it's also they're having intellectual property, IP, IPR, as well as sales and marketing. That is another areas we can also have that of your pharma journalism is also there, hospital and community pharmacy, research and development, manufacturing and production, analysis and testing, and academics, as well as regulatory affairs and clinical research. These are the other highly focused area for that of your careers in that of your pharmacy. Coming to that of your pharma sales, as well as the production, regulatory affairs, and production and manufacturing, quality assurance and the quality control, as well as that of your technical officers at that of you. There is also a job opportunity in case of that of your health insurance. So we have that opening in that of your health insurance and that of your bank sectors also. It is not that, it is having the highly opening for that of your our pharma professionals also in that of your medical field. So that of you in that of your technical officers and of your bank, as well as that of your medical transcriptions also there in this community and the hospital pharmacy, research and development. These are the various lot many job opportunities for the pharma professionals in that of your pharma industry. Now we coming for the of your, as we know that there is a drug discovery. So in the drug discovery, you see there is a two stages of the drug discovery, that is you are calling as a preclinical and clinical. In case of the preclinical drug discovery, if you see that these are the various stages, I'm not going to explain that of your stages, that we are going to focus on that of what are the job opportunities in these sectors. So if you see that of your drug target and search, and that is screening and hits, that of your structural biology as well as molecular modeling, and also that of your medicinal chemistry as well as the pharmacology and the pharmacokinetics and metabolism. So if you see these all the sectors, so lot many job opportunities for that of your pharmaceutical chemistry back, background as well as that of your pharmacology background, pharmaceutics background, so and pharmacognosy, all the background, those who have a good knowledge over that, they are able to suit over that of your in these preclinical studies. Next, as we know that in case of the clinical, so it is a clinical studies, we have that of your phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4 are there. So in case of the 4 phases, if you see what are the different types of job opportunities we are able to get, so that what are the skills is required in this area. So if you see that of your, there is a clinical data management, there is a various segments in that of your clinical setup also, that is a pharmacovigilance, medical writing, regulatory affairs. So these are the various job opportunities we are able to get in that of your clinical setup area. So just I'll give a few idea about what is the technical professionals in that of your pharmaceutical pharma industry, in that of your clinical research and development, we'll see. So if you see that these are the various positions and job which is available in that of your clinical setup, that is a clinical research organist, associate, senior clinical research associate, deputy manager, associate scientist manager, as well as project managers and regulatory managers. In the career path in that of your research and development, if you see that, it will be having about that of your research associate, research scientist and formulation development scientist, as well as that of your research head. So these are that of your job opportunities what we already have. Next is you have that of your medical coding. So those are interested in that of your, we have broad areas in that of your, in the medical coding also. Those are interested in that of a medical coding. So these are the job opportunities in that of a medical coding. There is a level 1 to level 5 is there. There is a level 1 will be of the medical coding trainee, and level 2 is a medical coder, and the level 3 is a 3 phases are there in case of team leader, auditor, as well as set of your process trainer. In the level 4 is a project manager, and level 5 it is about the top management. So these are the job opportunity we can see. Those who are having the pharma background, they have the job opportunities of your medical coding also. So as we know that why the India is offering that of your growth of that of your pharmacovigilance. If you see that of your India is being the hub for that of your clinical research. Why the India is being the hub for the clinical research? If you see that why? Because the India having the IT infrastructure compared to the other country, it is having a very good IT infrastructure. It is having a large number of pharmaceutical companies are located in India, and large number of healthcare professionals, highly qualified persons are located in India, and also the low operational cost compared to the other countries. The cost also very low, and also large number of disease community also present in India. So these all the reasons, and the highly qualified manpower. So these all the reasons why the India is being the hub for that of your clinical research as well as a pharmacovigilance. So India being the hub for, we have lot many job opportunities. Nowadays a trend is going on compared to that of your IT field. The pharmacovigilance is having the lot many job opportunities are available in case of in the clinical research as well as the pharmacovigilance. Next, so those who are interested in that of your IT, as well as they are having to collaborate with the top your, as well as those who are having that of your pharma background and having the IT knowledge. This is another area nowadays a newest trend. It is coming over that we are having the digital healthcare, digital marketing. So these are the newest job opportunities for that of those who are having pharma background plus that of you having their interest towards that of your IT field. So they have that of your having the digital marketing for that of your trends, the online reputation and management, video marketing, and that is a strong SEO strategy as well as a voice assessment. So those are having those who should have at least a healthcare related or the basic knowledge in that of your clinical research as well as in that of your healthcare sectors. Now this is a slide which you are going to show that about that of your that is health informatics. This is another broad area which is having a slow growth, and they are expected to have about 24% of the growth over 2027. As we know that just before that of a lockdown, India is being that of your various numerous numbers of tourists is visiting towards India. So the tourists we have to take about, they not to inquire about that where to get that of your hospital, which is hospital to be good, and which is having that of your where to get the medicines, all kind of information related to health. So that it is we are calling as a health informatics. That is nowadays that this area is increasing. Nowadays the job opportunities are also increasing towards that of your health informatics area, including that of your medical tourism. Collaborating with that of your medical tourism, we are calling as a putting a heading as medical tourism as well as that of your health informatics. So these are the areas it is having that of increasing the demand over the skills professional that of your healthcare sectors also. They expect to have a very high growth, and healthcare and health informatics is a first future is a field having a province to have that of your healthcare solutions for that of your world. So this having a growth, we are expected to have a growth of 24% by 2027, including that of your medical tourism. So by this I would like to conclude that even though just I focused over that of your areas of the healthcare sectors, what is the status or scenarios of the Indian pharmaceutical industry and healthcare sectors, what are the revenue generation, what is the number of the companies which is located in India. We have innumerable, that is around 10,500 manufacturing companies networked with that of in India. India is being the hub for that of your exporters for the other countries, and in India is a hub for that of your clinical research as well as a pharmacovigilance. So I would like to conclude that there is a lot many job opportunities are there for those who are having that of your pharma background. We have lot many job opportunities which is highlighted here in this. So I would like to conclude like choose a job that you love, and you will never to have a work in any day in your life. So this is the thing I want to quote you here. So by this, just I would like to conclude. Thank you.